my point behind this is that very few of these verification pieces are binary. It's not like turn it on, turn it off. You actually have to think how it's going to be applied. So just going back to what I was saying, the landline verification in the UK is based on probability. So it's the probability of this number potentially being live or potentially being dead. And then there's all different API responses within that. It might be 60, 70 different API responses that you then need to figure out. It comes with default settings, but these things change. And so, we've had like scenarios where we found out on an ad that a user can't enter a telephone number because this one response that's being given that would normally look like it should be 100% dead is actually like, I don't know, it's changed. The lookup has changed in some way. And you have the same thing with addresses. Last week, I went for a 2-hour meeting, and we literally sat talking about address lookups for 2 hours and how it varies in countries and how people in different countries enter their postal addresses and how that might change when a person from that country lives in the UK, for example. And how all this has to be dealt with in different ways so that you're not necessarily rejecting people's addresses just based on the way that they potentially type their address in and things, and why the nuances of like the address lookup has to always like fuzzy matching within that. And so like this verification stuff is a bit like people, and that's why it's sort of like, like a real person that's contactable. Like there's no sort of right or wrong other than, there's no like binary on off. This is about creating a scenario that gives you the best chance possible of confirming this is a real person that you are able to contact. And this is all just like, reaffirms this point of why it's so important.